All right. Good evening, everybody. I want to officially welcome you to today's space, and of course, my name is Mr. PeakFx, and I'm going to be your host for today, alongside my friend and co-trader, HENDRAY. But if you can hear me, I want you to give me some reactions. I'm not sure if you can hear me. If you can hear me, I want you to give me some reactions. If you can hear me, I want you to give me some reactions. All right. So does that mean everybody can hear me here? Does that mean everybody can hear me? I need to be sure. Okay, I think some people are writing in the comments. All right. All right. So, like I said I want to officially welcome you to this wonderful space this evening. It's going to be value packed and power packed because we have lots of amazing traders on board to actually give us hints into 2024 how to hit it big. All right. And of course, hitting it big is relative because some people hearing the word hitting it big simply might take their mind to they making $10 million or $20 million or $100 million from the market. But it's relative. But at the same time, we are going to try to break down what we expect for the year, right, and how to go about your trading activities to ensure that you become a better version of yourself, that you become the best version of yourself, and be profitable, which is a major essence why everybody is trying as much as possible to trade. Okay, so welcome officially. And while I know that Nigeria just finished playing, now how many people watched the Nigerian match? How many people watched the Nigerian match? Because I know lots of people would have been coming back from where they went to watch the match. But out of those of you that are online, how many people watched the match this evening? And what can you say about the performance of your country? The performance of Nigeria, right? So even I myself, I just finished watching the match now, even though I wasn't so impressed, but then um, we got the win. All right. So what I just want everybody to do now is please copy the link, right? Copy the link, spread it on your WhatsApp stories, spread it on your Instagram, spread it on any group that you belong to, and tell people that the space has started and everyone should join. All right. So we are going to start. We're going to start properly. In the next 5 minutes, while I still await more people to join in this space, and at the same time wait for our and wait for our speakers to actually come on board. Okay. So once more, I want to welcome you to this space, and we'll start properly in the next 5 minutes. Thank you very much. All right. This is exactly 5 minutes after when I said we're going to start officially. So, good evening, everybody. Once again I want to officially welcome everyone to this wonderful and amazing space. I always like it, right? Whenever we have spaces on Twitter, because whether you like it or not, in this dispensation of trading, even if you don't want to go for value, right? Value will be presented in your front, right? And it will be done several times because a lot of people are hungry about giving to the society and making people aware of some things that can make them trade in a better way, right? And that is one thing. No matter how toxic some people can say Twitter is, whether you like it or not, I still learn almost every day from people's posts, um, um, from people's entries, from people's comments, from spaces, and so on and so forth. I still learn a lot, and um, I'm happy to be here once again to give value to the community, to the public. All right, and at the same time too, if you are a Nigerian here, I want to say congratulations to you. Congratulations to us. Okay, I don't know if we have any Ivorian here, but then congratulations to us for the victory that we got. Even though I wasn't so impressed with the match, Nigeria has this way of giving somebody heart attack whenever they are playing. And since early 2000, yeah, since let's say around 2005, 2006, right, I have decided um I've decided to remove my mind from whatever thing that concerns Nigerian match. I don't want to put my mind there at all because I always eat stop loss when it comes to Nigerian match. But then it's still our country, we'll still try to support them. All right, so we have some of our speakers here, and I'm going to start with our co-host. I don't know if you can hear me. Adekombi Do, Hendray, can you hear me? All right, okay. Hendray is here, and I can also spot one or two of our speakers. I can spot IAMDAKEJR. IAMDAKEJR was just dripping anyhow since when I saw him on not physically though. I saw some of his pictures during this program that they had in Lagos, Forex Expo, Millionaire Expo. Drake is such a fine boy, very fine boy. I must tell you. All right, he's also here with us too. And at the same time, we have Decision Points Trader, right? He's also part of the speakers for tonight. I can see Saucy FX. I recognize you. I can see Pensola and so many other wonderful traders that are joining little by little, okay? And keep spreading the link to other people, keep telling them that the space has started, okay, so that we can actually learn one or two from tonight, okay? So from some of our speakers that are available online, I will just give you the opportunity to introduce yourself. But starting from my co-host, okay, because we are going to be doing this together tonight, okay? I can see Teslim. Um, LPT is also here. All right, so let me invite him to also speak. Okay, so I'm starting from my co-host. Co-host, please, can you hear me? I want to hear your voice. Adekombi do
Yo, fam.
opening rate concepts.
Now
How,
maybe that too.
did you watch
Yeah, I'm
today's
okay.
match?
Match, girl. You know as it be now.
You don't used to watch football.
Now today you just know that one.
Well, I don't think I've really asked you, but you've never even said anything concerning football before. It's only chat,
No,
chat, chat,
I
chat,
don't watch. I don't watch football.
chat. All right, so
You
I
can't
believe
just
there is
say.
nobody in this space here that actually doesn't know Andre, but then I'll still give him chance to talk. We're going to be hosting this together tonight, right? We're going to be giving you some very, very important information that you should actually know, and of course, we have other people too that is going to give you power packed information concerning um 2024. How we can actually um how will I call it? How can actually maximize the year? Yeah, let me put it that way. How we can maximize the year, right? In this forex trading space, okay? So, Andre, over to you. I want you to tell us about you and just say something.
All right. Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing? I'm Adi Convido, popularly known as Hendray, and I welcome everyone here on tonight as co-speakers. Our speakers are IAMDAKEJR, Decision Point Traders, and I can see LPT, Pencil, Saucy, every other listener. Of course, the listeners are always, the key when it comes to actually hosting a space, because without students, what are teachers? All right, so it is very important to always appreciate you guys for your time, for coming to listen to us, for coming to hear us, and also even learn from us. You guys are really well appreciated. You are the real MVPs. All right, I will be hosting the space with Mr. Pig tonight, and we'll be discussing one or two things. I actually, like I told him, I want the space to actually be, you know, smooth, and I think I don't even want us to waste anybody's time, to the point, and actually, letting you guys know, hear from us, and also, learn from us in a very short period of time, so that everybody can go back to bed, have their decisions, and actually get totally ready for the year. All right, so yes, we are here tonight, and I would like to hear. I would like our speakers to actually introduce themselves, the ones on the speakers board already. So, starting from my Dave, please, we would like to hear from you. People know you already, but at least we would still like to hear from you, who you are, and what you have for us tonight. Thank you.
Hey, what's good, guys? Thank you for having me. So, Mr. Peak, Mr. Hendry, and to all the speakers here, thank you for this amazing space. Now, my name is Daniel Dake, and I've been trading for, I think I've lost track, but I've been in the industry longer than the prop firms we have today, if that makes sense. And, well, it's been a roller coaster, and I would say overall, I'm looking forward to today's conversation, and I look forward to learning from all the speakers. And yeah, so that's it from our end. Thank you.
Mr. Pig, don't you know how to do that
Yeah, I
clapping?
was even looking for it too. Okay, I think.
That this thing now, how will I call it? That little icon that look like a little torchlight or
Yeah, yeah,
something at the down
yeah. I
part.
think I've seen it. I tried clapping just now, but I didn't understand what it was doing. Let me clap again. All right. Thank you very much. I am Dick. The next person that is online here that is a speaker tonight is Decision Point Trader. Okay, you're welcome to the space. Please, can you introduce yourself properly to us? Tell us how long you've been trading, and just give us general information about yourself. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is DPT Samuel, and my social media name, which everybody knows, is Decision Point Trader, which is also DPT in short. So I've been trading for like over 4 years now. Okay, and let me say officially trading fast money, because the thing is that you can say the whole year that you've been trading, but when did you start? Eating the ground running. That's like 2 years ago. Okay, so I think that's just what I would like to say about me for now.
All right. Thank you very much, Decision Point Trader. when you when you said that, I was actually smiling here. But then, whether you started making money this year, the fact that you've been in the trading space for 4 years, we are actually going to count even the years that you were unprofitable. Okay, because anybody that asks me how long have we been in the forex space? I'll tell you that I've been here for 4 to 5 years. But then I got I got consistently profitable like 2 years ago, and it is getting more consistent as the year is counting by. But then I will tell you I've been in the forex space for 5 good years. So that is that. All right. So it's part of the years actually. I think I saw LPT just now, but is not online again. All right. So let's start properly. The topic that we have today is hitting it big this year. All right. And I know that a lot of people will definitely want to attend this space because people are always or people always gravitate towards where things are always happening. And when they hear the word hitting it big, it might be like, oh, maybe they want to tell us how to hit $10 million this year, or they want to tell us how to hit $20 million, and so on and so forth. And everybody is here to listen to. And in fact, the people that are even on board to talk tonight are very, very heavy people. Of course, Hendray is here, LPT is here, Dek is here, Kama is here, TRAYON is also here. So people want to come and hear how to hit it big this year. Okay, so this thing I just want to say to my co-host is not like a question, right? But then just for him to hit the ground running with me, I want to ask him what hitting hit big means to him, Andre, before we start asking some specific question to the speakers that we have on board. And LPT, please try to accept the invite to speak. Okay. So Andre, what does hitting it big like mean to you? Okay, as a trader, and before we start asking some specific questions, because people definitely want to get some clarifications about it, and how to move in the forex space in this year that we have. So Andrew, what does hitting it big signify to you as a trader?
All
Hello,
right.
please. Sorry for cutting you guys. Please, are you guys actually need to confirm if the listener can actually hear us? When I was in the listener session, I could not hear anyone. I could not hear anything until I came up for speaker. So confirm that first.
Yeah, I asked them initially, but I'm going to ask again. Please, if you can hear me or if you can hear us properly, I want you to give reactions. Let me see if you can hear us. I want you to give reactions. If you can hear us, I want you to give reactions. Okay. All right. So I think they can hear. And in case if anybody, if you are here and you are probably breaking, maybe connecting and disconnecting, you can just go out of the Twitter space and actually reconnect back again. All right. So Adekombi, what does eating it big actually mean, right, to you?
Okay. All right. Okay. I believe they can hear us. Okay. I can also see Trader Benny. And yeah, we welcome you all. Thank you for coming around. Yeah, so eating it big is very relative. It is very, very relative. I know that some people probably when they heard the word or when they hear the word eating it big, probably the human psychology takes them to the word of wealth and abundance and all that. The host, can you mute yourself, please, Mr. Peak? All right. So, people's mind take them to wealth and abundance and what's not about. Okay, this it means we are making billions this year, we are making millions this year, and the likes like that. All those things are good, and all that. But one thing to always note is that things like that are usually byproducts. So when it comes to eating a big simply means having that breakthrough in what you actually desire. For some people, eating it big in 2024 could actually mean getting their edge right, getting the confidence. For some people, for the years or the months that they have been trading, they probably don't actually have that, confidence yet. They don't believe they have gotten it right. There is always this breakthrough point. There is always this point whereby you realize as a trader, as an individual, in whatever you are doing, that okay, yes, this is it. Now I really truly understand, or now I really truly have that confidence in what I am doing. So for me, I believe that hitting it big is very relative to individual. It depends on your goal, and also, and it's not just about your goal, I would say. It depends on what facing the reality and actually understanding what you actually need. Okay, and actually understanding what you need. For example, let me tell you what I mean. For example, you might be like, okay, oh, I want to start targeting the leaderboard on prop account and all that. I want to be on the leaderboard, and you may never get there. Meanwhile, someone else that is just doing his or her thing and is just like, okay, trading and just, doing his thing, and just what the person is just targeting is want to make money, like just want to be normal, want to be effective in whatever they are doing. Such person might be the one just, one time or the other finding that themselves in that position. So I think it just boils down to being real with yourself and having a target of a goal that based on what you actually need, based on what can actually put you, to that next level that you actually desire to be. So it could be getting your head right, it could be getting funded, it can even be that all you want for the year is just at least be consistently profitable. Before you know it, by the end of the year, you might find yourself in that place whereby you are in fact beyond being profitable. So it is like focusing on the right thing, right? Focusing on the right thing and actually going for the goal that seems realistic and actually seems needed. And before you know it, other things now come as byproducts. They come as bonus for yeah, for a step into further levels. So yeah, so that's it.
Okay, well, that is amazing from Adekombi though, right? So, he said hitting it big is actually relative, depending on the targets you have for yourself for a particular year, right? Hitting it big for some people might be one thing, and hitting it big for another people can be another thing, of course. And definitely the overall aim of actually trading the foreign exchange market, okay, is actually to make money, definitely. Whether you are trying to trade your personal account or you are trying to trade prop account or whatsoever, the end product of it is that you actually want to make ends meet. Okay, you want to make money, and you want to make real money, good money in the forex space. Okay, and we are actually going to be attacking this topic right from different perspective. Okay, so people coming into this year, they have it at the back of their mind that, oh, at the end of this year I want to be $1 million funded. So people coming into this year, they say, oh, at the end of the year I want to have a personal portfolio of $20,000 minimum. So people coming into this year, they just want to ensure that this is going to be their last year in non-profitability, right? And some people also come into this year, they might be maybe newbies or intermediate traders. Their own target is to hit $100 million. Everybody has different targets, right? That they want to actually meet. Okay, so I want to ask okay, let me start with IAMDAKEJR to just give us an answer to this question that I want to ask. All right, of course, before you actually have a goal or have a target that you want to actually hit, right? There would have been an initial position that you are. There would have been an initial potential that you have before you want to move to another level. Okay, and there are some things that might actually be general, whether we are in the forex space or maybe we are in other spaces. I just want to ask, what are those things that we really need to watch out for if we want to change um, um, level, right? If we want to move from our level to a higher level in a particular field that we are. Of course, we're talking about forex now, so whatever example that you want to give might be related to forex. But what are those things that we actually need to do, right, in order to quantize from our present level to a new higher level. I don't know if you get the question, Dick. Like, what are those things that we actually need to put in place, right, as an individual or as a forex trader to quantize from our current level, right, to the next level that we are actually anticipating to get to. So if the question is clear, you can please talk on it for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for this question. I really feel I've talked about this in one space I really can't remember, but I had a conversation on this, and it's just nice that you asked the question like this because it's very important. We were in January, and a lot of people are planning for the year, so it's very important we try to ask questions on what are the things that are needed to scale to the next level. And from your question, you said something about, let's say, a trader or someone, even if you're not trading, you're at point A and you're trying to like move to point B. What are those things that are needed to be done, right? And you see, this whole thing would come down to actually three things, right? As individuals, we know the what, we know the things we want to achieve, we know the why we want to achieve these things, but then we spend less priority on the how to achieve these things. You see, it's one thing to know the what. You know, a lot of us would say to ourselves, by the end of 2024, I want to make $10,000, or at the end of 2024, I want to graduate from this expensive school. So we all know the what, and if you ask the why, I want to make $10,000 because I want to be financially stable. I want to be able to sponsor myself, pay for my accommodation, or maybe buy a car, right? So we all have the whys figured out. But you see, a lot of time we spend so much priority on the what and the why. And I'm not telling you it's wrong. I'm not even trying to tell you not to have a destination, right? Because having a destination is very important. But then knowing the journey that will take you to the destination is as important as arriving at the destination. Now, I don't know if that makes sense, but I really hope you will get that point. We spend a lot of time talking about the arrival, how it will feel like to have $1 million in your account, or one day I would own a Lamborghini, one day I would go on vacation. We always know the what, we know the why. I want to do this because I want to show people I'm smart. I want to prove to my family. I want to feed my family. We all know the why. But I feel recently, over the years, not so many people have been able to prioritize the how over the what, right? And you see, that's the reason why, even in the trading space, that's one of the major reasons why we have the high failure rate in the industry. Because every average trader, not even talking about an average trader, every trader you would find in the space today, they do have a goal in mind. Oh, by the end of this year, I would love to make $1,000. I would love to make $10,000, 100K. Everybody have a goal. But then in the trading space, just so little people are spending a good amount of time prioritizing the how. You see, the how is the breakdown of how you envision your what to be like. It's the process, right? And I made a tweet some time ago and I said something: if the process is right, the result will be right. But we get so carried away. And I don't know if this is caused by selfish gains or whatever. I don't want to go into the psychological part of things. I just want to respond to your question and be direct about it. And you see, a lot of times we're so carried about the destination, the result, or how it will feel like if I have 10 Lamborghinis parked outside my house, if I can travel to this country. So we get so carried away by these things, and we don't spend so much attention on realizing that the way you would work for a Lamborghini would be different from the way you would walk for a Camry, right? I made a tweet about this some time ago, and this is something that I've always worked with. The way the person who is trying to build an estate would work would be entirely different from the guy who wants to build a bungalow by the roadside. I don't know if that makes sense. Their work ethic would be totally different. So people don't get to accept, and a lot of time as well, right? When we set these goals and then we get to see the sacrifices that are needed to take us to that level, we get discouraged. That's to tell you that a lot of people are focused on the end product rather than the process, and not knowing that the process is what leads to the end product. So what I would say in response to your question, I think you said I should talk for like 10 to 15 minutes. What I would say is this: you're stepping into we're in the year already. 2024 is here. January is about ending, and you have a goal for the year. You're telling yourself you want to make six figures in dollars, seven figures in dollars. And I'm not telling you it's not possible. Miracles are possible, right? But I want you to understand that growth is never comfortable, right? Growth is never comfortable. Let me just give you guys a quick reference. There was a time where I think I've shared this as well on multiple spaces. There was a time in 2020, I think 2020, yeah, 2019 into 2020. I got fed up with trading because I was constantly losing. I was funding account, I'll blow it, fund again, I'll blow it again. And I got so fed up and I said to myself, at this point, I will have to stop trading. That was what I said to myself. I would have to stop trading because I can't be donating my money to the brokers, right? Something has to be done. So I got to a stage where I became so fed up and so tired. And then I said to myself, see, you're going to try this thing one more time. Now, if at this time it doesn't work, then you would quit trading. And when I did that, I did a challenge and I said to myself, you have to outwork everybody. Think of how an average trader is working, how an average trader would trade. And then there was now I'm not telling you increased chart time is good for your health. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just sharing my own situation, right? And everybody's situation is entirely different. So then there was a huge stereotype about one trade a day, two trades a day. Now it's still a thing. Like I said, everybody's situation is quite different. But people were always saying how you shouldn't be spending a lot of time on your chart. You should just show up during the London session, 1 or 2 hours on your chart and you're done. And I said, okay, if the majority of traders are not spending enough time on their charts, I want to spend enough time on my chart. I want to do something outside because you have to realize that in this industry, 90 to 95% of traders are not successful, right? If we understand this, it means that there is a vast majority of, should I say, there is a higher degree of generally accepted knowledge that everyone knows about in this industry. So, which means for you to do something different, you must go against the trend, if that makes sense, right? So I did this in 2020. I think it's 2021, not 2020. Then I did this. I did a challenge where I would spend a long amount of time on my chart, and I was telling myself that now you work like an hedge fund manager, like work just trade as though you're walking on the trading floor. These guys on the trading floor, they arrive by, to them, trading is a 9 to 5 job. How many of you guys are aware about this? The guys who work for the investment bankers, they don't go like you. They don't show up 2 hours on the chart and they disappear. No, this guy sit, go watch the documentaries. This guy's trading to them is a 9 to 5 job. So I said, okay, let's see if I can replicate this thing. It's gonna be hard, but let me just see if I'm gonna try it. And when I started doing it, like, I can tell you guys, the point I'm trying to make is it wasn't easy. It wasn't. You have to sit on your deck, especially if you live alone. The whole place is quiet, the whole room is quiet, and there are times where you're battling with sleep because you're just staring at the chart for hours, doing technical analysis, evaluating the market. There are days where I could go 7 to 12 hours not doing anything on the market, just looking at the charts, right? I'm just looking at the charts, watching price move from one level to another, and I was doing these things. And then the point I want to make is it wasn't easy, it wasn't comfortable, and that is what I want to say to you, right? When it comes to these things, when it comes to hitting it big, and like the question that I was asked, the idea on if someone wants to move from point A to point B, I mean, from point A to point B, the fact that you have point B as a destination, it means you know what the what is, right? You know the why, the reason why you want to go to point B. But you see, in as much as you prioritize the what and the why, you must prioritize above all the how. The how is as essential to actualizing the results. If you don't spend enough time in accepting the how, like I said, the guy who wants to build an estate would work entirely different from the guy who wants to build a small two-bedroom apartment. So you need to realize and ask yourself, do you accept the sacrifice that comes with this goal? Yes, you want to own a Lamborghini, but do you accept the how that would come with this goal? A lot of people don't accept it. That's the reason why when they hit just some few challenges along the road, they give up because their how is not so strong. Their conviction of the how is not so strong as to the what. And this is very crucial. There was a time I listened to Eric Thomas. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a big motivational speaker. There was a time I listened to him, and this was when I was making this decision. It was a video on YouTube, and he said something that if you have to get to that level where you want to be rich as much as you want to breathe, if that makes sense. You want to be rich as much as you want to survive with oxygen. This is a certain type of determination. You don't find this anywhere. I call it the obsession mindset, where you're not so concerned about the challenges you may face. Yes, you got knocked down, you pick up yourself, you move again, you get knocked down again, you pick yourself up, you move again. It's about the stickability mentality and saying to yourself that irrespective of what may come what may, I will still be standing. And that video, it's still on the internet. Go search it out. Eric Thomas. I think just search Eric Thomas. It's one of his oldest videos. And in that video, he said something that a poor man met a rich man. Now I'm paraphrasing. I may not be getting it word for word because it's been long, but I can remember the story because that was what changed my life. Now, he said a poor man met a rich man and said, I want to be like you, I want to be rich. And then the rich man said to the poor man, meet me at the beach by, I think, 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., hypothetically speaking, right? Then the poor man was like, yo, I want to be rich and you're telling me to meet you at the beach. Well, the poor man reluctantly, he met the rich man at the beach. Now, while they stood by the water, the rich man started walking into the water. Now, as he was walking, he told the poor man to come along with him. I've heard of the story before, that he told the poor man to come along with him, and they kept walking. Now, as they walk in, the water become was getting deeper, right? As they keep walking in, it was getting deeper, deeper, and they got to a state, and the poor man was wondering what's happening here. Like, I want to be rich. Why are you taking me into this water? And then the rich man pressed the head of the poor man deep into the water. And then at that point, the poor man was trying to, you know how when you're suffocating and you're trying to like push yourself out, then as he was doing that, and suddenly he came up, and the rich man said to the poor man, you have to get to a level like this where to become rich is as though you're suffocating. You want to be rich as much as you want to survive while you're under this water. If you don't get to that level, trust me, there is no amount of spaces you would attend. These things, guys, these things are self-conviction. They don't come from spaces you attend. They come from a state where you don't have anyone to turn to. And I'm not praying for anyone to get to that state. Really, I'm not praying for you to get to that state. But usually, such determination are bettered at the point of desperation, at that point where you can't turn to your family members for help, you can't turn to your friends for help, and at this point it's as though it's you, God, against the universe. Now if you get to that stage, the only way out is to be successful. And trust me, at that point, prioritizing the how would become a necessity. It would not be an option anymore, because now you have funds, you can make money from here, your parents can probably, friends and relatives can support, but then you get to a stage where prioritizing the how becomes a necessity, and that for me is a level where everyone needs to get to. So in summary, I think I've talked for a longer time. In summary, the idea to this is, the question that was asked to me is, how do you scale from point A to point B? And I said a lot of people know the point B, they know point B as the what, the destination, they know the why, the reason why they want to get to point B, but they don't know that there is a journey that would lead to point B. Now, knowing fully well that the journey is it's very important to to the destination, because if you don't know your road, you may not arrive. It's like wanting to go to Abuja by road and you don't know the exits you're supposed to take, the path you're supposed to turn, where you're supposed to take a left, and so on. You will not arrive. I don't know if that makes sense, but thank you so much for having me. And yeah.
All right. Okay. So thank you so much, I am Dick, for that wonderful analogy. It was very, 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 very much explanatory. Okay. And we really, really appreciate you for that response. All right. So while Dick was speaking, we had some of our speakers join the space. And we have TRAYON here, Senator TRAYON. I call him Senator. And we also have AKINDAMOLA, and we have Chida Benny here too, who's going to be speaking, and we also have Pensola. All right. So the next question that I want to ask, I don't know who I should direct the question to, but there is this thing about moving from one point to another, right? Which also happens, in the forex space. There is a way you actually feel your next destination is in front of you, but the more you try to reach it, the farther the farther it becomes to you, right? I've seen some people where there's a particular kind of level that they are trying to ascertain, and before you know it, 1 year turns to 2 years, 2 years turns to 3 years, 3 years turns to 4 years, and eventually, right, you will still discover that they have actually not reached that level. Now, for someone who is trying to ascertain a certain level, and that level is still seeming far, right? What should somebody like that do? I think I should direct this question to Trayon. My spirit is telling me to direct it to Trayon. So Trey, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, right? There's a way you might actually want to attain a certain target over a certain period of time, and 1 month is turning to 2 months, 2 months is turning to 1 year, and before you know it, you discover that in 4 years you have still not gotten to that level. What do you do when the level you are trying to attain as a trader, right, is becoming farther, even with the even with how much your approach to that level is? I don't know if you get what I'm saying, Trayon. So what should somebody do when your next level is is shifting levels? Because this thing happens to a lot of people. It happened to me before too, right? Where like there are sometimes I just feel like I have gotten this thing, like I understand this concept, I think I should be profitable now, and before you know it, I won't still be profitable. I won't still reach that level, and I'll still get to when I get to a certain level. I still keep seeing the level that I want to get to in front of me. Yet I couldn't still hold it. Of course, I'm going to talk, but I want to direct that question to Trayon. What should somebody do in that condition or in that state? Because we are trying to take this from the grassroots now. We'll still enter into some certain questions. But Trayon, did you hear the question that I asked? Senator. Okay. Who among the speakers wants? If you understand that question that I asked, I don't know if anybody wants to give an answer to it. Or Andrew, will you help me?
Dash Kama.
Or LPT, do you want to say something on it?
Yeah,
Oh, you
I
understand the
want to
question,
see.
Abi? Because it still
Yeah,
happens to
I
a lot
got the
of traders
question.
till now. Some people started 2023 and say this year, like I want to be profitable by so month, and they have been doing the work before, right? And they still ended 2023 not still profitable, and that target of 2023 is still in their front, and like it's moving further as they are trying to reach the target. What should people like that do? Okay, then
So
when you
me
talk,
basically,
Pensola will talk as well because we want people to actually get real value from this space, real value.
basically, I feel like that stuff is something. Is actually what happened to almost everybody. There's no one that has actually not experienced it. They understand it. So when you have a goal or you have a plan, or maybe they just like you said it, where you actually want to get, you are actually looking at it like, okay, I actually want to get to HENDRAY stage. How do I get there? And if you are going to think about it, the most easiest way to solve that kind of issue is if you are able to identify it that I want to get here. The best way to get that point is to look for someone who is already there. Just like what Dick also said, you actually want to become rich. So in what line do you want to actually become rich? Maybe you want to become rich doing business, or you want to become rich getting education, or one or two things. So the first thing is you actually need somebody that is already where you are. The reason why it is actually hard for traders is because the statistics says only 10% of traders are profitable. But for you to be profitable, you actually need a profitable trader. So the reason why it is hard for traders is because for you to actually locate those profitable traders might be difficult for you. So I feel like when you have a level you are looking at that you want to get to, the first thing is you need to look for someone who is in that level and who you are sure that this person is in the level. So you can meet this person to get what you actually want. It's the same thing. Okay, let's take it easy. I want to learn Forex now. I have zero idea about Forex. Definitely, I know Mr. Pix is actually trading. HENDRAY is trading Forex. Dick is into Forex trading. Then I'll just check which of these guys do I think that I really want to learn from. I'm actually not in that level. I don't know anything about Forex. Once I pick someone, let's say I pick AKINDAMOLA now, that okay, this person is actually here and I actually want to get there. So he is one who will actually start training me that this is what Forex is. And before you know it, actually, I will actually get the concept. Do you understand it? So as easy as it is, it's actually how you will solve the bigger problem too. So when you want to get to a level, one thing, identify who is actually in that level and you can actually meet to get it. Make your research. If you're able to get enough research, you will actually get it. And so I feel like where you're actually coming from now is now personal issue. Like I already know that once I meet Kama, I will know Forex. But me putting in the work to get to where Kama is actually your question. Like I get it. So me putting in the work to get to where Kama is, because obviously Kama cannot open my head and put Forex there. You just do his own as his mentor. Like this is what you should do. This is the right thing. So I will try to put all of those things in places. Then to actually get to his stage, right? So it's the same thing with any. Let's say is someone who identify his problem now. Let's say I'm a struggling trader. The first thing you need to identify, like I said, we used to preach every day that the most successful traders are traders that actually trade fewer peers and traders that actually have a trading model. And I know I'm struggling. So, and I know personally that me, I do not have a trading model. So I know that if I want to select a trader, I've actually identified my problem, right? I already know where I want to go. I want to get to a point where I will have a trading model, right? That is where I'm going to. So if I'm going to pick any trader, I will have to look for the one that actually have a trading model and that you can say, okay, this person, he knows this thing, he knows what he's doing. Is that same person I will need to go and meet that, boss, I need a trading model to survive this. This is the person that will actually take you through. So like I said before, this thing is actually easy because you can tell that this is the person that you actually need to solve your solution. But the reason why it is hard for us is because it's only few people that are actually real that can help you solve that solution. They tell you that it's 10% that are profitable. Now you need a trading model. Everybody claims that trading model works. So which one will you actually go for? Which person can actually mentor you on that trading model that you sure that this person is profitable? Because whether you like it or not, if you want to get to my stage, right? If you actually want to get to a certain stage and you do not actually know who to meet or the right person to meet, definitely you will still be making mistakes. You will still be going back and forth until you get to where you actually meet. Just like I said, when I was trading, when I had issue and when I realized that, okay, I am not actually consistent, the first thing that actually changed my way was when I saw the video, they record the details of ICT trades when he actually did, was he 100K to $1 million. So when I check all of those trades, and I realized that the reason why I'm not even consistent is because of the way I'm managing my trade, not the way I'm actually taking that trade. Do you understand it? So I realized that even ICT himself, he closes his trade, let's say 10 pips, 15 pips, leave the rest to run. So that was when my trading actually first changed. That was like the first change, the first time I knew that, okay, my trading has changed. Later I saw that, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? The person I'm learning his concept is trading like this. He's taking partial as early as 10 pips, 15 pips, 20 pips. Definitely, why am I always leaving my things to go and at the end of the day come back and hit my stop loss? I'm not gonna lie. When I applied that stuff in my trading, I saw a lot of changes. Because I started making money. It's either I make money, I break even. It's either I make money. So I started, okay, why? So this is what happened. Why? It's because I know that ICT is actually a profitable trader. Now, I do not have enough money, or let me say, I do not have the privilege to actually meet him that, boss, I actually want to be profitable. But I have proof, and I'm using those proof, and which that is what I'm still using till now, and that I'm okay. Why? Because I am sure, like, okay, if it is hard to actually see who are actually profitable, now there is one that I'm sure of. And the second thing is, I can't meet him, but I have proof that I can actually follow. So that is what I feel like. The number one thing, if you can identify the problem, then look for the best way to treat it. So like I said about trading concept, you need to look for someone who is in that line. So let's say now you feel like you have issue, like most of your issue is actually trading psychology. Like it's always your emotion. Like you know that I actually know how to trade, but I always end up fucking up due to my emotion. Then definitely you know that you have emotional issue and psychological issue. So it is not all traders that you know that they are good in this aspect. Do you understand me? So you need traders to go and meet that, okay, you will need to look for specific traders that you know that you feel like the way they trade, the way they put themselves online, you feel like they know much about this psychology stuff. Do you understand it? It's all of this book that we are reading, trading in the zone and all of those things. It's because you actually know that you're having psychological issue. That is why someone refer trading in the zone to you, right? That you should go and read it, because you know that at least it will solve your issue to one point. I read that book at one point when I know that I think my psychology is not balanced. Do you understand it? So there you cannot have issue as a forex trader and you feel like you can meet any other person to solve it. Another thing is the way we trade is actually differ. The way I trade is different from the way Henry trade, is different from the way trader Benny trade, is different from the way they actually trade. Do you understand? Some people, they're actually risk taker. Some people, they are conservative. Some people, they are leverage trader. So you need to understand your kind of person and the kind of trader you are. Do you understand? If you are all of these traders that are always like to follow the rules back to back, be disciplined, and all of it, you will see traders that you know that they will tell you that, oh more, if my trade does not print from 1 to 3 hours, I'm not leaving. If I do not see my concept, if I do not see my trading model, I'm not going to enter trade. If I not do, you will know them that this person is a disciplined trader. He's very conservative. Do you understand it? So you know that this is the person you actually want to look like. This is where you are going. So it is that kind of person that you know that is profitable you will look for. Do you understand? So you need to actually understand and identify your problem before you can actually solve it. I can't say I'm not profitable and I just let everybody say, okay, they are profitable online. And I just feel like, I think the way this guy is talking, I like his speech, and you join his mentorship. You say, I'm having issue with trading psychology, but the way this guy speaks, I like it. Let me join. No, that is not how to pick someone. That is not how to pick a mentor. That is not how to pick a solution to your problem. You need to identify it in yourself. It's not what do you actually need. What aspect of the trading of your trading is having issue that you really want to correct or you want to control. Then you look for traders that you feel like they are best in position to do that for you. Do you understand it? It's just like, okay, you are let's take another example now. You want to get funded, right? Now you are coming to meet a trader that does not even have a funded account. If you want to get funded, that means you need a mentor or a trader that has been funded. Do you understand it? That have experience with how to get funded. That you see that, okay, this person have posted that have been funded with this. I traded FTMO, I traded this, I got payout, I did this. So you want to get funded, you want to be a funded trader. Definitely, that is the kind of mentor or person you will go and meet. That person will show you too that this is how I did it, this is how I do it. And from there, you will get that knowledge you want. Not that you want to be funded, but you just see a regular mentor because of the way they teach, or the way they speak. You really feel like you want to join their mentor. You join. By the end of the day, you are not a funded trader. But if you meet someone who is already funded, right, that person will take you through all his process. He will share you all his experience. If you put everything together, you will see that you yourself personally, you will become funded. I hope you are getting it. So the most important thing is knowing your problem and knowing the best person to meet for the solution. It's as simple as that. So I feel like that's enough for me for now.
Mr.
Thanks a lot,
Peak, are you speaking?
LPT. I think
Uh,
Pensula. No, I went out on my Twitter. I think Pensula was raising his hand. Then I don't know if you have something to say with respect to what
Yeah.
LPT said. Then after we can ask a new question. Yeah.
So, according to what you said, right, I feel most people, right before even I go on, I would like to acknowledge everyone in the house. You are good evening. I can see beautiful face in the house. I am the trader Brenda, LPT TRAYON, AKINDAMOLA, Tough, Kelvin, Talent, Seto, and so CFX. To everyone, I greet you all. Um, one thing I know is that, first of all, you need to realize, like, you are setting goals for yourself, or you are setting a particular target for yourself, and you realize you are not actually meeting up to what you set for yourself. You are not actually meeting up to what you expect at the end of the day. One thing you should realize, I feel, MLPT has talked on the basic aspects, and that's also important. That's important to knowing what you want, knowing your faults, and knowing who to meet. And one thing you should know is realizing, first, is it that you are setting this goal based on another person's success, or based on another person's win? Are you setting this target for yourself based on another person's win? Yeah. When you realize this, like, you realize that this goal you set for yourself, I want to meet up with this goal. But are you really at that stage? Are you really at that level to achieve that thing you desire, or that thing you set for yourself? Are you really at that stage, or you are just setting it based on what you see another person achieve? You get? Now, that person you are trying to result you are trying to replicate, yeah, that person that achieved that result might be in his level in terms of he is capable of achieving that result. Like he's even deserving of achieving that result based on what? Based on the information he knows, based on what he knows, based on the levels of skills he has. He can easily achieve what he has achieved, what you saw, right? But you feel like you are still at level one. You are still at level one, yeah, you are still at level one. You want to achieve what the person at level 5 has achieved. You want to get to that result while you have been at level one. Now, this is you trying to skip process. First of all, this is you trying to skip process. This is you trying to, you are trying to build, you are trying to beat the, you are trying to beat the beat all the, all the information you are supposed to pass through. Yeah. Now I'm going to say this here. Honestly, there have been a lot of talks on the TL lately. There have been a lot of things on the TL lately, and most people are actually confused. Most people are actually confused. Yeah, they are confused. They don't know what to follow. They don't know what to follow. They don't know what to actually believe. And there's this one thing I want you guys to know is that, see, you don't have to be at that stage whereby you are doing like, okay, you see someone post the result of their profit today. You see someone post the result of their profit today. Probably, they made like, they made like probably 20% return on a single trade. They posted it based on, okay, they say, okay, they are good at what they do. They can actually make profits here. But you feel like you haven't even made that profit of, you haven't even made that, like you haven't even make 10% return on what you've been trading. You haven't even make 5%, not even 1%. So you have not even made that. Yeah. Now you are starting 2024. You have that goal for yourself that, okay, I want to become profitable. Now you said you want to become profitable. You feel like you've gotten the edge. You've gotten the edge. You understand the risk management behind it. You feel like, okay, you are good. You are all good. Yeah, like you are good with your psychology. With the level of your psychology as a trader. Yeah, you are good at that now. You are not setting that goal. You are setting that target of, okay, you said you want to achieve like 10% in a month. You want to achieve like 20% in a month. And to me, I feel like having that kind of target, like having that kind of target at first for your first profit is more like, it's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. Imagine someone, there's even one I saw on the TL. You have not been funded before. Imagine you have not been funded before. You have not been funded before. Now you are saying you want to get funded, or you want to be 1 million funded this year. Imagine now. Like imagine you want to be 1 million funded this year, and you've not even been funded before. Now see how unrealistic. It's more like it is unreasonable. It's more like you just want to please yourself. You just want to please yourself based on the fable, or based on the lie you want to give yourself. But the truth is that you need to start with a process. You need to start as little as you can. For everyone you are looking at the top, for everyone you feel like, okay, you want to achieve their results, they all started at a stage, they all started at a level. So if you feel like you are not capable, you've not even you don't have the track record, you don't have the track record of what you want to achieve. Like you don't have track record in the sense that you've done it a bit, you've achieved a little, you've done it a bit, you achieved a little, you keep increasing and you keep increasing and you keep increasing. But if you feel like you want to start from 1 to 10, you want to start from 0 to 10 immediately, trust me, it will be hard for you. You just find yourself rotating the same circle. You find yourself rotating the same circle, not getting the results, and at some point you get exhausted, and you just, you will get exhausted. You get exhausted to a point, and when you keep tilting, probably you make profit today. You make a certain percentage of profit today, just because you are setting down realistic goals for yourself. You try to push more to achieve more, and before you know it, you keep circulating the same process, the same results, and you get exhausted. You tilt again, and at some point you just blow up. You get frustrated, and you blow up. You find yourself in that position you don't want to be. You find yourself in that position, and you start to question yourself, like, man, is this thing ever meant for me? Is this thing ever going to work for me? Now, what I'm saying is that, see, as for you as a trader, if you feel like you've gotten the record, if you feel like you've gotten all you need in terms of the model, the working model, yeah, the model that proves to you that it's working, yeah, and you've gotten your data around it, you've understand what it is, what it is to be balanced, to be a balanced trader in terms of your psychology. Yeah? You understand what it means to be. Now, I will say this. Yeah, why don't you focus on making like why don't you focus on making little percent per month, probably starting with 3%, starting with 5%, starting with 1%, even if at all. This is not me trying to weigh you down. This is not me trying to make you settle for less. Well, why don't you just start with little? Yeah, with the little you are starting and the progress you are making, it will give you that, it will motivate you. Yeah, it will motivate you to go for more. And it's not even just about motivation now. This is you developing yourself into it. You are getting more matured, you are getting more confident that okay, I've done this. Yes, I can definitely do more than that. Yeah, you are getting that confident, you are getting more matured, and as you are getting more matured, you are getting more knowledgeable. You are getting more knowledgeable, and as you become more knowledgeable, it will come easy for you to achieve those results. Yeah. So now, I feel like being on Twitter, being on social media, make it look like you doing me doing 5% per month, you doing 4% per month is less or is nothing. I mean, we got to a stage of okay, like as a forex trader, yeah, we are earning in dollar, and some people feel like probably making like out of like from a 10K account, you withdrawing $500 monthly, you withdrawing 800, 700, or even you withdrawing even 300 for a first withdrawal. Trust me, it's not bad. It's not bad, but just because first of all, because of your ego, yeah, your ego. First of all, because of your ego, it is like you keep your ego too high. First of all, and you actually functioning based on other people's results. Based on the results you are seeing, you are seeing other people's results. You are seeing them doing a certain amount, and you feel like, man, if I can't do this kind of thing, then it means that I'm less performing, and you start to see yourself less. You start to think of yourself less. Pardon. You start to think of yourself less. Yeah, but if you actually focus on starting doing the first percent, the little amount first, you take that withdrawal. For you to take that withdrawal, you get that sense of, oh, this thing is real, and yes, I have a process I follow to achieve this one. Definitely I can do more, I can do better. And and while you even do that first one, you've had that experience. That experience has made you knowledgeable. You are now well skilled, you are matured. Yeah. Now to increase it to, okay, from starting from 3% to increase it to 5% will be easy from there, just because now you're on that space of okay, you are risk free. You are risk free in the sense that the amount you used to buy that prop, or the amount you even put in, yeah, you've gotten something out of it. Let me use prop as for instance now, because I believe most of us here are prop trader here. So now you are trading a prop account. The money you used to buy that prop account, you've been able to withdraw it, and you've been able to make some amount of money with what you withdrew. Now you are balanced, you are confident, and you understand that okay, it took a process for you to actually achieve that. Now with that process you use at first, it will be easy for you to actually refine or add to that process to increase, to get that to get that result. And gradually, the way you keep doing it, you keep having that track record, you keep building from the little, you keep accumulating, and you get to that stage of okay, yes, now I can easily reach this particular amount to earn this particular amount. Okay, now I can easily, like, you just keep building that capital, and it is easy for you to actually achieve that result you desire, but you took it very little. So now what I'm saying in essence is that make sure at first, if you find yourself at that stage whereby you keep parabolating in a circle where you set a goal for yourself, you set a target for yourself for this month or for this year or for this quarter year, and you realize you couldn't meet up with that target. I think this year is still early. Yeah. This is still early, so I feel most of your goal can be achieved, but it will be better if you actually plan it in the right way. Yeah, make sure it is not centered around someone else's success. Make sure it is not centered around someone else's results. Now, this is you focusing on your own results. This is you focusing on your process. You are not getting you are not getting intimidated, yeah, by other people's results. Yeah, you are focusing on your process, and you are doing what you are supposed to do, and and before you know it, you will find yourself at that stage. But start little. If you haven't gotten a result If you haven't gotten a proven result before, start little, and that baby step you are taking, before you know it, you realize you are balanced. It's even more like, let me use this analogy for you guys. When starting a car, when you want to drive, yeah, you realize that, okay, this car you are about to drive, you are not, you did not just start, you don't place it on, you start moving it slow, and you keep going slow before you get to that stage of highway, and driving it as fast as you can. You get? So now it's a process. So don't try to skip it. Just make sure you are being honest with yourself and intentional. Make sure you're intentional. Make sure you're not lying to yourself just because you saw that person say this. You too, you want to say this just so you can be validated. So just so someone else can validate you that yes, you too, you are serious. Make sure you are not trying to get that validation. Make sure you are focusing mainly on yourself and following the process. You get? So that's for that. I think that's where I'm going to drop it. Thank you for having me, Mr. Peak. Thank you for having me, Henry.
Yeah, thank you so much. I don't know if you people can hear me, Mr. Pick. Are you still here? Okay, so I don't know. Maybe Mr. Pick has gone out to eat food. I don't know because he likes food. Okay, I don't know what is uh Kama. Why is Akindamola at the distance side? Please, I don't
I'm
know
here,
why
oh,
since
I'm
the
here. Oh. It's not
okay
even to
since the space started, I couldn't actually send people requests. That's why I told you to send Trader Benny and the lights, the speaker the mic the other time. Please send Kama and all the mic so that we can have
Kama is
everyone here on.
on the speaker session now.
Yeah, I've sent
He's
him
on.
again.
Me, I'm
Yes,
seeing it on the
now.
listener session. No,
No, he's on the speaker session. Yeah, and said to.
He's on listener session my own, but I've sent him again.
he's on
Ah.
listener now. Your network will LPT. What did happen? Okay. All right. So I saw everyone talk. Settle Black chats with Max. All right. Welcome. 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 Yeah. I don't know if Trayon is available now.
Yeah, I'm available for 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. So I would like you to share with us in the little time that you have, uh, what you think traders could do wrong that will make them not actually achieve that they are big. What do I mean by that they are big? Because individuals' big is actually relative. People's big is different. For some people, just getting funded at least maybe 50K can be their big for the year. Maybe even 5K can be their big. So, what do you think they can do wrong? What do you think they can actually do wrong to avoid? Because personally, I believe in law of inversion, right? That is looking at things that can actually go wrong, not just focusing on things to do right. Okay. So, what do you think people might be doing wrong that may make them not to actually achieve their big in 2024? Thank you.
Okay. As usual, Andrew will give you a question that is very, very long. Before you hear the ending of the question, you have even forgotten where you're supposed to start from. But it is well. It's well. So good evening, everybody, and to the host, co-host, and every other speaker. So basically, I think I'm going to keep it very short and brief. The main focus is always expectation. Now, is everybody's dream. Sometimes, when they say dream big, dream big. I'm not really a fan of dream big because you could keep dreaming every single year you're dreaming, and then there's no achievement, there's nothing to show for it. You're just dreaming, right? So I think when it comes to expectation and when it comes to like making it big, you need to have a conversation with yourself, with reality, right? That's important. You need to understand how reality works. Now, it's easy to write my goal for this year is 20 million in funding. My goal for this year is 10 million in funding, right? That's very easy to add to the bio, right? Anybody can do that. Now, also, when it comes to, oh, my goal this year is to be profitable, it's easy to say it. You can always say, my goal this year is to be consistent. You can easily say, but reality is What are you doing towards achieving any of these things? You said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And the reason why this is important is because even if you're dreaming, you're not going to do anything. The worst thing that can happen is you have to wake up from your sleep, you dream, you wake up in the morning. Sometimes you forget the dream, sometimes you remember the dream, right? So that's the same notion you have to carry as a person, even as a trader, right? So you have to understand, what am I setting for myself? What are the things I plan to do? Now, there's something I always tell Chris and Rose is that when it comes to planning prop, you can say you want to be funded this and that, but what determines that is your first account. Your first account changes everything. Now, I'm relating this to prop because it's easy for me to like push it this way so that every other person in the space can actually get what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And the thing is this: if your first account, maybe you start with like a 25K account or a 50K account, the goal is to pass and withdraw and then buy a new account, investing it back, right? So imagine you're scaling from a 25K or even a 50K and you then purchasing a 300K straight up. Now, by the time you have done this, you've passed the 50 or 25, then you get to 300K, you withdraw, and then you buy another 300K. That goal, that dream you have had to get funded in millions, start becoming a little bit of realistic effect of what you're doing, right? So it's cause and effect. If you don't do nothing, nothing's going to happen. If you do something, something is bound to happen. It's as simple as that. Just like a boomerang, when you throw it, it's expected to come back. Now, if you place it on the table, it's not going to come back because you didn't throw it. So for you to achieve something big, you need to start from somewhere small. And there's one unique feature about sales and marketing and business, right? The little things people ignore are actually the most important thing you should focus on. Now, for example, if you're looking at big companies, now let me give you a short example. Calbri, for example, Calbri, everybody know Calbri to be the producers of Bonvita, right? But then the product that brings the biggest amount of revenue for the company is Tom Tom, the little 20 naira, 30 naira sweet that people would purchase on the road, right? That's what generates the company's biggest revenue. That's the product with the highest revenue, right? The reason is because the little thing people will think, oh, this is so little, this is so little, compounded over time becomes something big, right? Dreaming big is it's easy. I can wake up and tell you I'm dreaming big. In the next 10 years, I'm planning to have a Bentley, a Lamborghini, a penthouse. It's easy for me to say. Now, if I want to achieve any of those things, I need to start focusing on what is realistic. So you have to understand expectation and reality are two separate things. Now, even if you can dream and dream, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It can only happen if you put your time into it. That's one. And then two, now, when you have the dream, do you tell it to everybody? Now, one thing I've noticed is most persons don't know how to keep things to themselves. Let it happen before you speak out. A lot of persons will write, the next thing is on their status. Every day they tell you, I'm trying to affirm it. Affirmation is not going to bring it to pass, right? Some things are best kept to yourself until it has happened, all right? So when it comes to like achieving big things and every other thing, you just need to know what to do. Let your reality match a bit with your dream. If you push a dream that is so big, it scares you, you get motivation. Dream big till your dream scares you. It doesn't do shit. Your dream can be scaring you and you still will not achieve any part of it, right? If you're not ready to put in the work. So, in essence, put in the work, start small, and then build gradually. So, yeah, that's it for 5 minutes, guy.
Thank you so much for that. And for another one from my part, I don't know, Kama, are you here now?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. So I would like to ask you, from what you have seen so far, okay, from what you have seen so far, what are the common mistakes maybe that you have made or that you have seen your mentees or people around make that actually make them not to, not to achieve that which they probably even tell you that, boss, come out this year, I want to do this and all. But at the end of the year, you check back and you see that the person is still the same. So, what are common patterns that you have noticed that common mistake patterns that you have noticed that people make that actually make them not to actually achieve their goal?
Okay, yeah, thank you very, very much. So basically, I would like explain like three patterns that I noticed. So the first one is, uh, we've actually kind of have a lot of students, and I can tell by even the first text I get from you, I can tell if you'll be profitable or not, because your mindset actually means a lot. So the first category would be anyone that feel like because you paid for somebody's mentorship, then your profitability now depends on the mentor. That is the biggest mistake you can ever make. And everybody that have that mindset don't end up being profitable. And that mindset is when you pay, and the next thing you feel like the mentor has to spoon feed you, has to help you do everything, without knowing that it is the other way around. You already have the knowledge there. You already give you a platform. He already teach you what it needs to teach you. So all you have to do is to make sure you understand it. Take your own time to help yourself. And trust me, when you help yourself, there's no way the mentor is not going to help you. I used to tell my student that why is it that in every group, every mentor used to have their favorite. And their favorite is not all about the ones that have money. It's all about that one that they are proud of, that one that asks reasonable questions, that one that is active in the group, that one that is so obsessed with that learning. So they tend to like have this personal relationship with that mentor, which makes it much more easier for them to get profitable. So I think that is the number one thing, like number one thing. So the number two thing is this perfectionist student. See, there are these students that they would come, they will tell you, boss, I have learned this, I have learned this, I have learned this. Say, I know. Until you get a system that works, then that is when you can actually rest. That is true. But you see some people, yeah, even despite the fact that they are learning from you and they know that they want to trade like you, they are still busy looking for other things elsewhere. Like I said in the previous space, I am Dick made, did. I was like, don't cheat on your mentor. You pay him to because you trust him. You trust how he trades. You believed in him. So stick to him and let him help you. You can't be all over the place and expect my system to work for you. It can't, because you are taking in a lot of information that you can process at the same time. It is me that you want to trade like. Definitely, I am the only one that should be your focus. I am the only one. And the third one would actually be these people that don't have a life outside Forex. And I think that is very, very important. And every mentor would actually testify to this, that the most profitable students in their group are the ones that have something else they are doing. And when I say something else, they have other source of income, even if it is just little. They have something else that is bringing food to the table, which means their whole life is not depending on Forex. You understand? So it does not have to earn you a lot, but at least it should be able to earn you subscription money. If you blow your $50 account, you can fund back another one, rather than contributing money for your whole year just to pay for a mentor when you know that you don't even have money to fund your account. So in summary, the first one are the ones that feel like the mentor has to spoon feed them before they can be profitable. And the second one are the ones that are always everywhere. They want to be perfect. They want to be perfect. Yeah, it's good. But make sure you only want to be perfect in the craft of your present mentor only. And the third one are the ones that does not have anything going on with their life except Forex. Because at the end of the day, they will be depressed when things go wrong, because it takes them a lot of days, months, year before they could fund money to even pay for the mentorship. So I know they actually went through that stress because they want to change their life. Yeah, that is true. But trust me, you need money. Forex is all about money. Forex is not about hope. The bigger you get as a trader, it's nothing to do with your skill. It has everything to do with the money you have, the money you control. You see all these big traders out there, you be like, I'm looking up to these traders. Most of us don't look up to these traders because they are good. We are looking up to them because they are rich. All of us here,
that we are speakers here. Most of all these people are not looking up to us because we are cute or because we know this forex. No, it's because of the life we are living. They want the same life. So that is the main reason, not because of the knowledge or whatsoever. So which is, it is money that matters. Everything as a human being, you need money. So when it now comes to that forex, go. Forex is money. The learning is money. Everything is money about it. So which means you need to think of, okay, forex is a business. Then what other thing can I do to help this business grow? Because I see first that you are investing, like it's an investment that requires money before it can grow. The higher you invest, the more you would gain. That is forex for you. It is not school that you go to school and you'll be looking for work. No. The bigger your trading capital, the bigger money you would make. The more you actually kind of investigate for knowledge, the more you would get. And all these things cost money. It might not be a lot, right? No, some mentor will tell you that I started from the gutter. Nah, and they will be telling you that they paid for a particular mentor $2,000, and you started from the gutter. Which type of gutter will be able to afford $2,000? You understand? So you need money. So I think if you are able to reverse all these three mindsets, and you are able to find a side also, number one, know that even though you pay a mentor, you still have all the work to do, and number two, don't cheat on your mentor. Maybe you would you would get to where you want to get to much more faster and more effective. So that's that about that.
All right, thank you so much for that. How far? Those are really key things. All right, just the same way we pay for, we pay in the university. I think even for public university now, the price has gone up exponentially and all that. So just the same way, and we paid for all these things, and yet we still notice that only few people get to maybe have first class at the end of the day. And all. Why? Because it still all depends on you at the end of the day, right? It depends on the work input, and it depends on the things you do. So those are actually key things. Yeah, he actually said major key things that actually need that you need to look into, right? So I will hand over to my host now. We still have Trader Benny, we have Decision Point Trader. They have been here for a while as well. And we have Seto Black, Chats with Max joining us, and I think Tough now as well joining us. So, yeah, Mr. Peak, I think you should take over from here and we keep moving for, like that. Are you here, please?
All right. Thank you very much, my co-hosts Adekombido, and to everybody that I've spoken so far. You guys have actually spoken really, really, really well, and these are things that we should actually address, so that a lot of people that are enclosed in certain dysfunctionalities around trading can be liberated, so that they can actually make good use of the year. Of course, the year is just starting, right? For those that actually think that they are still behind, please, you are not behind. Even if you don't trade the whole of January, okay, you are not behind. I remember last year, right? I didn't take one single trade on a live account throughout January. I just prepared very well. I started my trading officially February, and I was able to hit my targets then, even before the end of the year. So it is never too late, and this space is quite strategic to actually launch us into this year. Okay. So decision point trader, right? Can you hear me? I know that on the space here we have both beginners and of course intermediate traders, right? For beginners who actually want to come into the forex space, or who actually want to learn the rudiments of forex and then attain um, intermediate level and proceed to level of professionalism, what advice would you do you have to give them on how they should approach trading this year? Like, I'm talking about those that are new into it. What advice, right, do you have for them, right, in this year, the things that you think they should actually pay attention to this year, so that they can actually improve on themselves? What are those things that you think that they should actually do? Those that are beginners.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I think that question is very, very important. Okay, thank you for that, for the opportunity to give that, talk about that topic. Okay. The main thing here is that, the way they will say that, like they call 2 or 3 preachers and to come and speak about the topic, and one of them already gave like you the same what do you call it now, Bible verse, scripture reference, and everything that other people want to talk about. But I like that anyway, because it just simply means that people are, we are giving real value here that people will actually take from. And for the question that you asked, I think most of those things have been answered already from those who have spoken before, but I will try to just lay some emphasis on some of the points, to help the people that are just trying to, come up. All right, the thing here is that the most important thing is mindset. Very, very important, very, very key. Because it even takes a big mind to think about trying to eat it big in the first place. Okay, so how many people are just shouting, "We don't agree, we don't agree for anybody this year." People are just shouting that, but the thing is that some people don't have the mindset that it takes to make it big this year. What they just have in mind is, we are going to rough it this year to make it. But when I just hear people mention that thing, I just try to listen to the person that is saying it. So, what are you thinking in the first place? And I know that most of those kind of people might end up accepting what 2024 delivers to them. So, the first thing I would say is, as someone that is trying to come up, your mindset is very, very important. Okay, and like one or two of the speaker already said, eating it big is in trading is relative. It's very, very relative. It's not something that is there's no one way to say, okay, this person have gotten this result and that person has eat it big. It's relative. Okay. Um let me just give you this, let me give you this for free. If you really want to eat it big this year, don't let your focus be on eating it big. Let your focus be on the process that guarantees your goal, which is that goal of eating it big. Let your focus be on that. Because if you focus on the wrong thing, I think some of the speaker here already mentioned that. And like I said, I'm just going to be, laying emphasis on some of those things. Okay. And I also say that if your trading system has not it is small for you, it can't it is big for you. That's just the thing. I think someone already, expatiated on it. Don't try to, force things this year. Don't force things to work. Have that trading system that make it small for you, so that same trading system or that same trading model is what will now make it big for you. Okay. So one of my phone is ringing, so let me just try to. Okay. So hold on, please. All right. So for those that have listened to me speak before, DPT likes practical approach, right? I like to give practical approach to things. Okay. So tonight I'm going to just give a practical process to follow. Regardless of what level you are in trading. Especially the way the question was directed to me, to people that are just trying to come up. And one thing I want you to do is I want you to really listen to this and write as much as you can. Okay. The thing is, just try to divide this year into quarters. We have 4 quarters in the year. Okay. And then look at the way you can look at the level you are. Okay. Let me say level one. Level one is having a system that works. Okay. And there are things under that level, which is to have a proven mentor. Okay, because the thing is that if you want to have a system like DPT and like LPT said, and I think Dave also mentioned that same thing, that if you don't have a proven mentor, to what model, to what type of trader you want to become, it might give you an issue. Okay, so don't try to reinvent the wheel. Go for mentorship. It's very, very important. Okay. And another thing that you need in that level one is hard work. Hard work of back test. I know someone is echoing. So like I said, hard work of backtesting. Okay. Then level 2, which is what I would say, consistently eating it small with your system. It's very, very important. So like I said, you can divide this year into 4. The person that is helping should please mute himself. So like I said, if you divide this year into four quarters, the second quarter is to try to make sure you are consistently eating it small with your system of trading. And it's very small. What you need in that level 2 is a small account, and then like I said, too, small account is also relative. Okay, so depend on what you are making, and like Henry said that I said, and I think it was Trayon that mentioned that what level are you? What I try to have something that's giving you money. I think Kamato mentioned the same thing. Yeah, have something that is giving you money, like a kind of job that you do or a kind of business that you do separate that's giving you something. So if you have that, then you can know what portion are you taking out to fund your account, you know, so that you can try to make it small, consistently using it small with your system, with that account, regardless of how small it is. Okay. And the next thing is to develop a good psychology. That's I'm still talking about level 2 here. Develop a good psychology. Then consistent withdrawal. That's the next thing you need. Okay, I've mentioned 3 things under level 2. Consistent withdrawal. There is what withdrawal does to your mind as a trader. It helps your psychology. Okay, when you make withdrawal, your psychology resets. It's one of my friends that actually taught me that while I was trying to um what I was trying to eat it small with my account. You just tell me, guy, withdraw. And also withdraw, do something with the money, buy yourself something, those things. But the thing helped me. Okay, so because there's no how when you withdraw, it's give you that kind of, yeah, I'm making profit in trading. So when you have that psychology that, okay, I'm already making profit in trading, it resets your brain, it puts you in a level whereby you now begin to think, okay, what can I do more? What the system of trading that I'm using, how can I improve on it and all those things. So that's, and when you are improving based on you are already withdrawing, there is this confidence that comes. Even when you make losses, there's this confidence that comes that I have been withdrawing before. So which means if I make some losses, I can still make profit back. You just need to go back to what you are doing and then see what you did wrong in the first place and then try to correct those things. Okay. So consistent withdrawal is very, very important in level 2, which is consistent eating it small with your trading system. Okay. Then level 3 is you need to have large fund. Like I said, after you've get to a place whereby you are eating it small with your trading system, before you can now eat it big, you need you need good funds, either with profit account or account management, from client or those things. But the thing is that, based on the way the question was directed to me, if you know you can't manage people's account, please just go for profit. Okay, just go for profit. Because the thing is that if you know that when an investor call you to check on probably my account is on go down or this and that and all those things, you know that you just start feeling sick. Or you start feeling some kind of water in your armpit. Please just go for profit. Okay, so that is important to lay emphasis on. Okay, and then the next thing I would say is that don't try to force things. I think I've mentioned that before. Don't try to force things. Whatever amount that you can get to, whatever profit account you can start with. Like I said, I'm just trying to talk about profit because a lot of you might not want to go into account management based on this level. The way I arrange this level for you guys. I won't also advise that you just jump into account management. So you can just go for profit. That will give you, that peace of mind or rest of mind to just do whatever you want to do. Okay. So to grow to the stage whereby you can now take account management. Okay. So try to, get whatever profit account you can get to. It might be small, it might be 10K, it might be 15K, it might be 20K. Just try to grow that until that becomes big for you. Okay. So I think I've mentioned level 3, which is if you are dividing your level into or this year into 4, you can have that. Now the last quarter which is the fourth quarter, is now what you now want to use to now still, consistently eating it big the way you want it. Like I said, it's relative. Okay. And one thing that I will mention also, that if your level one is solid, your level two will be faster. Okay, level one is very, very important, because if your level one is solid, level two will be faster. And if you find yourself attached to an influencer mentor, I know most people here have mentioned about mentor, and it's very, very important. Okay, if you find yourself to attached to that kind of mentor, or a mentor that only flashes lifestyle, I can tell you that your level two will actually suffer for it. It will suffer for it. So don't just go and buy anyhow course. When I remember this, it usually make me laugh, because some people have bought some courses that now look like a course because they never get the result they desire. You can get a course, and that course is not what you should get in the first place. You just, that person trying to make money out of training or whatever. So please try to do. I think some speakers have already talked about that. Try to make your research before you jump into any mentor, because level one is very, very important. Okay. So I think that's what I'm going to give you for those people that are trying to start from that level one, like I said, to get to your eating it big this year. So thank you.
Mr. Peak, are you here, please? Can you people hear me? Because I cannot hear him. Is it from my hand?
Yeah, Henry, he's done talking. Oh.
Yeah, can you hear me? Mr. Peak is not talking. But can you hear me? If you cannot hear, please
Yeah,
let
we can hear you. Me, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all right. So yeah, thank you for that decision point, trader. We keep it moving, like I said. By 11, I really want us to round off. This is 9:50. Okay. So yeah, I think trader Benny. Yeah, trader Benny. Can you hear me? Are you with us, please?
Yeah, Hendry, I'm here. Good evening.
All right.
I,
Okay.
I think
Thank
I
you.
also have the same issue with you. The last if Mr. Pig spoke just now, I did not hear him as well, but I heard you and chat with Max.
And yeah, I think it is from his end. Then, if you can hear me.
I
Okay.
can.
Can any other person hear me but cannot hear Mr. Pig? Thor, Pencila, can you guys hear? Okay. All right. So it is from Mr. Pig, not from me then. All right. Okay. Thank you. So basically, trader Benny. All right. Basically, what I really want you to talk on the what is it called? The, let me call it, unforeseen circumstances that traders should avoid. Because one thing I've come to realize is that a lot can happen. Trust me, I won't be surprised if by tomorrow they just announce that prop firm, they ban all prop firm, or no, all prop firm are not working again and all. Okay, so I think I should restructure the question. I would like you to work on the impact and the way to actually expect unforeseen circumstances, all right, and the way to actually handle it. Yeah, I think I would really love you to talk about that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Hendry, thank you for the question. Uh, so yeah, I mean, it's no news that the prop space is a bubble, right? It's not a news. We know that it's a bubble.
Sorry. It is not just about prop space. I just use prop as
Ah,
example. Do you understand what
okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I get you
Yeah,
now.
like I'm just saying traders, it
Yeah,
can be anything. Anything.
anything,
You know, people
yes.
have this expectation and then you just have, just like COVID-19 came and then things just turned around and all that. Yeah, so prop was just like a close this thing to, yeah, thank you.
Okay. So I think there's something that So I've been listening since to Dake and almost I believe every other person except for the ones that were not too audible. I think there's something that Mr. Peak asked that was really very interesting. I thought that I should just say something because it came to my head. I have like, an example that I felt I should share. Okay, so and I believe it will warm me up into the question that you've just asked as well. So you see, the first thing the first thing I feel, because this near success syndrome thing that Mr. Peak asked, why you go year after year and you tell yourself you're going to achieve a certain goal and you end up not achieving that goal. I just remembered something, as I think Dick was speaking, or who, the guy that spoke after Dick, LPT, yes. So I looked at I was updating my journal, which is like a list of my goals. This is not trading journal now, just my normal, journal. I now started ticking out the goals that I have achieved, and the ones that, and I, of course, the ones I did not achieve. So what I saw was the goals I set for myself to achieve in 2020. By 2022, I set some goals to achieve in 2023. What I realized is by 2022, the goals I set for 2023, when I started checking them off, right, I didn't achieve all of them. When I started checking off my 2023 goals, I now referred back to my 2022 goals. I realized that by 2024, which is where we are now, I was checking off some of the goals that I set for myself in 2022, which I could not achieve, in 2023. And it just brought me to, so what came to my head is, okay, like what exactly happened there, right? So I just saw that it's just that sometimes you write a goal, you set time for yourself, and you see that you don't actually achieve it. The first thing I believe that happens is, because you have written that thing as a goal, and you are, of course, you are resilient about it. You really desire that thing. What happens is your subconscious would gravitate towards it. If as you're moving around the world, as long as you have written that thing as a goal, if you see anything that is connected to that thing, you will naturally draw towards it. That's the reticular activating system that refines your goals and the things that you want to achieve as a person. Now, what happened is I didn't achieve them, but because in my subconscious they were there, I was not. If I see that this thing is interested for my is important for my success, or for something that I feel I have to achieve, I will do it. If it is not, I will remove it. So one thing I can say is, see, clarity is very important. Clarity, and streamlining that thing to a particular, you see, is, you know what you want. You need to know what you want, right? Then write it. Just write it somewhere. I'm not talking of getting a piece of paper. Have a book. Have a book, right? Why was I able to check off my 2022 goals? Is because I wrote them on a paper, on a journal, a hardcover journal. If you see it, it has calculator in the front. It's really nice, right? So I use it, right? So this is one thing I think that people need to incorporate as a habit, right? This is 2024. Write your goals out, guys. Just, if you haven't done it, just tell yourself, these are the things I want. When you see, once you start writing, you are activating. You can be saying something, but the moment you pick your pen to start writing that thing, you are bringing in more neurons, more parts. I don't know all the science around it, but you are committing more energy to that thing. There's more clarity. You now know what you want to write. You now know what you want exactly. So it is very important that, how do you know if you're making progress if you're not measuring it? If you don't know whether you are increasing or not. That is one important thing I think I think people need to develop as a habit, right? Write those goals out. Even if you're not, I just write it. Make sure they are written so that by the end of the year, you can review it to know whether you achieve it. And this is going to let me talk about the next thing, which is important. See, look at yourself as a trader. You took 1,000 trades last year. For example, if you took 1,000 trades throughout last year, we're talking of somebody who wants to grow, who wants to make it big, who wants to do all this. If you took 1,000 trades last year, review what you did. There's something we call EOI, the end of year review. Review what you did. See, how many of these 1,000 trades did you take impulsively? How many of them did you take following your system? How are you going to make progress if you go into the new year, by the end of the year, you have taken another 1,300 trades and 1,100 of them are all impulsive trades? This person cannot make any progress. You're going to end the year the same way you ended the previous year. So there's a place for you to sit down and see what the people who I feel have better results than the ones who don't have any results. They are able to step out of themselves and look at themselves to identify the mistakes that they are making. See, it's like you're trading and you have a bullish bias. You want to buy gold. But something is happening in the market, and all of a sudden you find yourself pressing the sell button. This is clearly a mistake. This is wrong. Your bias is to buy, but you are selling. Can you step out of yourself and look at yourself and assess yourself to say, okay, my bias is buy. I'm supposed to be buying, but I'm selling now. I'm making a mistake. What am I supposed to do? Cut it. This is what I'm saying. It's very important. People cannot look at themselves and say, I'm wrong or I made a mistake. So they can't grow, right? They cannot grow. So that's something I thought I should also include, right? Looking at yourself, looking at what you have been doing so far, looking at how far you have come. Where are your mistakes? What are the things you are doing wrong? What are the things that are holding you back? If you don't identify them, they will hold you back again. All right, because the other speakers, they said a lot of wonderful things, and I think it's very important, to spot all those things. Look at yourself. Do you have an edge? This is the mistakes the traders are making. Edge is missing. They don't have an edge. Developing an edge with technical analysis is fucking difficult. I'm being honest now. To develop an edge using they use technical analysis as a risk management tool. They don't see TA as the reason why price move. If you don't know, you better know now. They don't see TA as a reason why market move from point A to point B. We all know TA cannot make market move from point A to point B. Is it not? TA can't do it. So if you are going to use TA, which is used as a risk, because TA will tell you where you are wrong. If you use your TA very well, you can tell yourself, okay, at this point in the market, I'm wrong, right? So it is used as a technical analysis tool for you to measure yourself to say, okay, from here to here, I expect market to buy. If it doesn't buy, I think I'm wrong. I'll take my loss and move out. That is the use of technical analysis. So for you to take technical analysis solely and say, I'm going to be profitable or I'm going to develop an edge using technical analysis is difficult. It means that there is call for conscientiousness. There is call for diligence. There is call for grit. Hard work. That's what Dick says. Hard work. People remove hard work from the equation. You can't. If you're going to develop edge using TA, you need hard work, sheer hard work, 9 to 5 hard work, 20 hours hard work. You need to soak yourself. You need to ghost. You need to remove yourself from the world, from the crowd, and develop it. Age, you cannot stroll and stroll and stroll and age will meet you. It will never happen. It will never, I'm telling you, it will never happen. You must develop it by yourself. You must work on it. So a lot of people are moving around, they don't have an age. They don't even know what their age is. And that's why they have a lot of psychology issues, because they don't know their age. It's difficult to manage your risk because you don't trust it. So you need to establish your age. This is important. If you're going to do anything big, just establish your age first before you talk about any other thing that you want to do, right? And then work on your impulsivity. Trading is not it's not supposed to be a game for you. It's not something you're supposed to do as an addiction. Some people are addicted to trading. They trade because they just want to trade. Money is actually made in patience and in patience and in waiting. When you have patience and you can wait, you make money. Money is lost in that impulsivity. The call to just be in the market. You want to buy and sell. I think these are like the major things that are making people not to see the progress that they're supposed to be seeing in their trading, right? These things I've said is very important. Your ability to wait, your ability to understand your impulsivity, your ability to understand the level of your willpower. I'm not somebody that have, the best willpower in the world. So sometimes with some things, I just modify them to fit my personality. So you must understand your personality. What is your strength? What is your weakness? And then how can you walk around these things? And in everything, you must commit yourself to grit, to work. It's very important. And then down to the question. See, if you're not prepared, if you don't know what you want, if you don't know what you want for yourself, every other person is going to use you to achieve their aim. If you don't know what you are looking for, anybody who comes, advertises whatever they want to advertise, you will fall for it because you yourself don't know what you're looking for. Mr. Peak, please check your internet connection because I'm seeing a warning. Okay, so you see, times are always changing. Even your technical edge would change because the market is always changing. Algos were introduced in, I think, 2004 or thereabout. They were not trading algos before that time. It was not everybody that adapted. So adaptability is an important factor in trading. The hedge funds and all these guys, the ones that were able to adapt to the algo, the introduction of algo trading, the guys that were able to adapt, they eventually became successful on Wall Street. The ones that were not able to adapt, they were annihilated, right? So things will always change. Times will always change. There were times when, we were king of flipping. You take an account, you want to ramp that account up, right? And then later we move to the phase of prop firms. Okay. And I mean, we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. We don't know if there's going to be a World War III. We don't know if there's going to be, something, whatever it is, right? See, all I just want to tell you is understand what you want for yourself. As I am now, as I'm in my house now, if I get a call from a friend that says, bro, Alpha, where you? They meet me for JBR, right? Jumeirah. For me to go, I must have decided in my heart that today